Hi there, you're with Simon here at English Coach, and this is my channel. I'm here today to talk to you about money, abundance, and why money abundance matters. Okay, so often I talk to my personal clients about the concept of becoming a millionaire. Some of them, maybe up to 25% of them, say that they don't believe it's necessary to become or to aim toward becoming a millionaire, which I often find a little strange because if you really look at the reality of the world we live in, usually our costs tend to go up. The less prepared we are for those realities, the more we suffer, the more we argue with the people in our families and our friends, the more we really don't get ahead. We stay behind. So I'm going to go through 5 points today. I want you to really pay attention to the point that affects you, maybe a belief or a way of thinking that you hold on to and think that it's unique and that it's a piece of wisdom that has kept you smart and agile in your life, but probably just served as a pothole and you're tripping up again and again without actually seeing it happening. This can happen in any area of our life, social life, family life, relationships, educational life, professional life, hobbies, personal interests, anything. It can happen in any part of your life. You can be tripping up. And this video is about how people trip up on these 5 things. The first thing is deserving. Now, people who do not feel that they are deserving or do not feel that they are worth getting wealthy or being rich in these terms are often trying to show some kind of facade of false humility, of I am humble and I don't need those things because I am above those things, where in reality, by them spending all of their money on things like wristwatches or new cell phones or even new cars if they are earning a big income, are to show other people that they are rich, or at least trick other people into thinking that they are rich when they are just appearance rich, and that in their bank account there's no money, and sometimes they are in the red, they are owing money. Funny, isn't it? This person is showing the world that they want to be rich, and then when you talk to them about money, saving money, and are you worth it, they say, no, I am above that. I'm a very humble person. Well, I really need to ask, what's humble about spending 99% or 95% of your salary on things you don't need? Maybe you want to ask yourself something about that. Number 2 is thinking it's impossible because millionaires inherited their money, or that they have been given it by the government for something, or that they got super lucky and that it's impossible to get there. This perhaps is one of the more dangerous lies, because as Pareto goes, it's 20% of people actually inherit money from their parents or from their grandparents or from the government or whatever. It's like 20%, and probably in most countries even less than that. But 80% of millionaires are self-made millionaires. Can you believe that? That means that 80%, the grand majority, did it themselves the same way that you or anybody else could do it. Does that mean that they just got there on a big income? Not necessarily. I remember a story about a guy who was earning 185,000 a year and another guy who was earning 65,000 a year. The 185,000 guy was a lawyer. The 65,000 guy was a supervisor of janitors at a local school, quite a big one, but anyway. And this guy, the supervisor at the school, he was a millionaire, earning 65,000 a year. And we ask ourselves, how is that possible? And then the other guy, who was a lawyer, earning 185,000 a year, was in debt, 90,000. And this is a guy who drives a luxury car with his hair swished back in the wind and with one arm on the steering wheel, head back like that, arrogant as hell, but spends all his money. And this is the guy that looks like the millionaire, but he's not. It's the family guy who's working as a supervisor at a school because he already owns a house where he has tenants paying, and he saves up to 20%. Say, how can I save 20%? Well, he didn't start on 20%. He started on 5%. And he didn't have any knowledge of investments in the beginning. But year after year after year, he evolved. So he didn't need to put anybody's head underwater or step on a ladder on other people to get up. That is a company concept, not a money concept, okay? He didn't need to do these things to become a millionaire. So if that's your belief, tuck it away for now and maybe bring it out after this video and just look at how ugly that is, okay? Number 3, your future costs will not fall, they will increase. That means that what you're paying for your bills today is probably going to go up, not down, and you will probably have other things that you want to pay for in your life, like starting a family, for example. In brackets here, not cheap. Can you imagine starting a family? How much do you think it costs to put your children through a kindergarten? How much do you think it costs to put your children through primary school? How much do you think it costs to put your children through university or college? Pretty good points to think about here. And are they definitely going to happen? Are these things going to definitely happen? Because the answer is usually yes. If it's more than 90% chance that that's going to happen, probably you should be considering that some of your beliefs about money could be dead wrong. Number 4, variety. Variety in your life. So you may go on a holiday to the beach or the countryside these days. But like with future costs that we just talked about, you are probably going to want something a little different. Maybe you don't want to eat at the same restaurant every Thursday and Friday or Saturday or whatever day you go. Maybe you want to try a new one and it's a little more expensive, but they have some food there that you're very curious to taste. Okay? Or next year you want to visit a neighboring country. Not necessarily somewhere thousands of miles away or even very expensive, but just something a little different. Probably it's going to cost you a little bit more than a quick trip to the beach or a quick trip to the countryside. What I'm asking you here to do today is consider that in life we generally search for at least a little variety. You know, if you have the same routine for your holidays, perfect. I'm not here to criticize that. I say go for it. But the tendency of most people is to get at least a little bit curious about other locations and what else they can do. Okay? So, variety. Number 5, money anxiety. Have you ever had an argument with someone about money? That means, did you ever have an argument with a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a wife, a husband, a mother, a father, a daughter, a son about money? The answer is probably yes. And why? Because money's a problem. Oh. Are you choosing money problems or money abundance? I'm choosing money problems because that's the reality of my life. Is it? What about the choices of saving money? What about the choices of learning about investing? Oh, I don't have time or money for that. That is your belief, and that is what you hold on to with all of your life. You hold on to this belief that you cannot save, that you cannot invest. But the truth of the matter is you can invest and save money at any time, but not in that order. You should start with saving and something very simple that's not actually going to give you a lot of return, and then slowly go into learning about investments that match who you are, that match your personality, your likes, that you can study without getting bored. This is what I'm talking about. So when you choose that, when you choose savings, investing, and planning your financial future, you are choosing to have less money problems. Agree or disagree? Oh, but I really don't believe this, because what actually happens is I have a lot of bills to pay. Well, bills never go away. But what do you put first? Do you put your bills first or yourself first? I'm not talking about your spending. I'm talking about yourself. Every penny that you save and invest is an investment in moi, in me, in yourself. So when you do that, you are doing the opposite of paying your bills and paying all of the things that you need to pay anyway. Where does it become a conflict? Where you start wanting to save more than what your bills are. When we go into this problem, solving this problem with the pay yourself first, pay 5% or 10% depending on your current conditions first, and then pay your bills later, you will calculate creatively, sorry about that, how you will actually deal with these bills during the month. And if you don't have the courage for that, that's fine. Maybe it's not for you, and your beliefs are more important than your future. Okay? But if not, please focus and look at these things that I've mentioned today. Okay? Going from the top. Deserving. Maybe you don't believe you're deserving or worth it. You have a false sense of humility, which is not really there, and you spend all your money. Number two, it's impossible. Only very rich children become millionaires. Not true. Only 20% of millionaires are that. 80% are self-made. Number three, your future costs will increase. Yes, they will. Fact, you cannot argue with that. They will increase, okay? It's called inflation. Google it. Okay, number four, variety. You will probably want different things in your life, not just the same thing all the time. That costs? Yes, money. Ready to change your beliefs? Maybe. Okay, number five, money anxiety. Are you choosing money problems or savings and investment? Oh, I want money problems because I suffer. My life's terrible. Let's throw that perception away and let's embrace the perception of let's start saving. Let's pay ourselves first before we pay our bills, and then let's see what we can do to solve our bills. And then secondly, let's find out how we can invest the money without losing the money. Okay? Amen to that. And I hope that you have a wonderful day today, whether it's morning, afternoon, early morning, night. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time here on English Coach.